All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood here, coming at you with another daily update on Bitcoin and the crypto markets. All right, guys, so not a lot has happened today. We just kind of still played in our range since Saturday, this 4-day range that we're seeing here. And overall, Bitcoin looks like this is pretty bullish consolidation here, and I do think we could see a bit of a breakout. But before we see a bit of a breakout, just like I was talking about yesterday, it would be healthier and nicer to come for our range lows below us around 83K. You can see we're still having trouble breaking out from the descending channel trend line, and we still haven't even come up to our naked daily point of control that's in alignment with that 786 Fibonacci pole. So if we go ahead and look at that Fibonacci pole from highs to lows here, turn on that 786, you can see that 786 is in perfect confluence with that naked daily point of control. So just like yesterday, the two areas I'm interested in is grabbing our range lows around 83K or rejecting from the naked daily point of control. First continuing this like grinding structure up here to that naked daily point of control, where then we could see a drop to grab those range lows and see the bigger breakout. We are going into Good Friday tomorrow, so markets are closed. So technically we are going into weekend type price action. That's going to be low volume, slow, and it is possible to range in this small range all the way until Sunday. Sunday, usually markets pick up a bit. For where I'm at in the world, it's usually midday to afternoon. And I do think it's possible that we see a small just grindy range continue. But overall, it would be healthier to come down and take out these lows. If we look at our liquidation heat map, you can see below those lows around 83K, we have a lot of liquidation, a lot of liquidity that we could come grab. And then, of course, we do have some liquidity above the highs of the range as well. So if we're just speculating on playing this range over the next couple days, what do? We look for shorts near the highs of the range and look for longs near the lows of the range. Of course, we want to see our confirmations to enter those trades. I'm not technically a pattern trader, but I do look at patterns, and we do sort of have this head and shoulders type pattern here that could be forming on the charts. So if we do not SFP our 83K lows and then start to push back up into our range, there is a possibility that we could drop further. You can see that the value area low of our bigger range from our 76.6 lows is in pretty close confluence with our 0.5 and our anchored VWAP from the lows, from our lows that we made during this push down. So that would be an area that I would be looking for a bounce from as well. That's also pretty close to the head and shoulders target breakdown area. And then if we lost that, the same levels as yesterday, the golden pocket in confluence with that weekly. And then we have the naked daily point of control, naked weekly point of control, and 786 down below that. Now to the upside, I am still watching for that breakout to take out our 89K highs, really into like, if we go onto our Bybit chart and we look at that midline there, that pitchfork midline, first of all, the value area highs is something we need to watch for. The SFP of these highs right above the value area high and then closing back within the value area, we could see a dip from that. And you can see that anchored VWAP coming from the all-time high is coming in right around 89,400. So one of the things I'm watching for is the sweep up of this liquidity. Grab all that liquidity into the anchored VWAP and then start to lose your value area high. That would be good enough for me to look for a short and start to look for a bigger retrace down as well. Of course, you'd want to see confirmations to enter and the confirmed swing failure pattern of these highs right at, let's see, that is 88,740-ish. That is the area that I'm watching for a possible short. And then the other area is a push up to the 786. You can see our 786 here on the chart around 90,650 is in pretty close confluence with our pitchfork midline, which you can see when we broke that pitchfork midline to the downside, it did act as resistance for us. But if we really start to break out of our 89K highs and do not see a swing failure pattern, I do think that we have a big chance of continuing up to 93K and then 97K, like I described in yesterday's video. So nothing has changed from that. That is honestly about it, guys, for Bitcoin. I mean, let's look at our CVD real quick. Our CVD is building some bullish CVD divs here. You can see now, not absorption per se, but divs. We do have higher highs in the price action from this little grind up today, lower lows in the CVD. Now our open interest is kind of flat in here and kind of gross looking. So I wouldn't call it absorption, but I would call it bullish CVD divs that we are forming that could give us that breakout. Of course, it would be best to grab those range lows once again and then see the real breakout. It would be healthier for the markets to see. It would give us a bigger push and more fuel to the upside to see a bigger squeeze to the upside. But right now, Bitcoin's looking pretty strong. And if we look at just from our lows, from the lows that were made on April 9th, you can see higher highs in the price action and very strong lower lows in the CVD. So we are seeing a lot of people short the market overall. And even from those lows, you can see our open interest. It looks really kind of crappy. Not a nice, clean push to the upside, but overall it is increasing to the upside. So if you want to talk about from our lows, we are seeing bullish CVD absorption. It just doesn't look the greatest. If that is the case, then we should be looking for a higher low to come in on the charts. Even if it's at that golden pocket area, we could drop down to here and still have or drop down to the value area low in the 0.5 and still have our bullish CVD absorption intact, which could then be a great long opportunity to bring up to 93K or 97K or even 90.6K. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Nothing other than that. We are still ranging in the small range. Still haven't broken out of the descending channel, really. Not a clean breakout yet. And I do expect us to continue to range here for a bit because we're going into that weekend, holiday weekend, I should say. Okay, on to Ethereum. Ethereum is still holding our box of support that we marked out yesterday. You can see it's the point of control of our small range. It's also the point of control of our large 5-year range or 4-year range since May 2021 highs, from the highs of the last bull cycle. So as long as we can maintain above this green box here, I do think we can continue to work our way up to those same resistances I talked about in yesterday's video. I'm not going to go into them too deep here because everything is the same exact thing from yesterday. So if you want to check that out more in depth, just check out yesterday's videos. Of course, if we lose this box of support, I expect to move down to the value area low of our small range in confluence with that daily around 1521. And honestly, that's about it, guys. That's about it for Ethereum as well. We're just consolidating. We broke back above our point of control, and now we are in the process of flipping it to support. So if this does hold its support, we can expect to move up to our next real resistance area. All right, Solana. Now, Solana is the same as yesterday too, but Solana looks a bit more bullish than some of these other coins. And we know that we were waiting for Solana to break back into our value area low of our range since the March 2024 highs. Well, we were able to break back into that range, and then we were able to bullishly backtest that range and see a nice bounce from that range. You can see we are pushing up. Once again today, though, we did see another front run, 2 more front runs of that 136.18 highs. So look at this. We have our original 136.18 highs, front run here, front run yesterday, or I think that was, today, earlier today, and then a front run just a couple hours ago again of these highs. And so for some reason, we are not wanting to break these highs. I now am looking, because this range does look pretty strong here on Solana. If we take our very local golden pocket from our move up from our bullish retest of our value area low to our highs that we made earlier today, you can see that golden pocket is coming in right at the bullish pitchfork, the bottom of the pitchfork band in confluence with our golden pocket and our value area low. So around 128 to 127.7. That is an area where I would be looking, I would be interested in a long if we are seeing local bullish divs coming down into that area. We would have to look on smaller time frames. One of the things I'm a bit concerned about, though, with Solana is, look at this, 3 higher highs in price action, 3 lower highs in the momentum wave. So we're forming a triple drive of bear divs on the hourly chart. Now, what this does tell me is that maybe we are going to flush, not hold this golden pocket and value area low of the range, but come take out the lows of the range one more time. And I think that would be acceptable, just like we're looking for on Bitcoin. If we do drop and take out the lows of the range one more time, SFP those lows, grab that liquidity, I will be looking for a long if we have bullish divergence in that area. Other than that, Solana is looking pretty strong here, guys, and I do expect to push up at least to 138.2, but really, honestly, looking at more of this 145 to 143 area where it's our bigger real resistance. And then, of course, our supports are the same as yesterday as well. The the pitchfork midline into the daily around 113 to 112. And then if we lose that, 106 is our real big, nice support level that if we do come down here, I will absolutely be looking for longs. That is it for Solana. Not too much to cover today, guys. We're still just kind of ranging. You can see we're above the value area high of the range, but with those triple drives of 1 hour bear div, I do think we could see a small pullback. Okay, and then next up, let's go to XRP. XRP, same exact thing as yesterday, guys. We are just ranging, and yesterday, I did say in the video yesterday, we could see one more push back down to backtest that midline, and you can see throughout the day, we have done exactly that. We have had that one more push down to backtest our local support area here, and it does look like it's holding so far, and what I do see here with XRP is we are starting to form like this descending channel here on XRP that looks pretty bullish to me. Let's actually bring that. You can see this descending channel is being really, really nicely respected. And I do think that we are, if we hold, you can see it's the midline of the descending channel as well as the bigger descending channel midline. If we hold this, I am expecting a bigger push up, a breakout of this, at least up to our golden pocket and daily level. And then, of course, our real resistance above is the same resistance as yesterday between 241 and 245. So looking pretty strong here. It does look pretty strong. Our money flow is curving to the upside again on the hourly. We bottomed out on the hourly, and I do think that XRP could see this hold, and we could make that push up. That's it for XRP. Now let's go to Chainlink. Chainlink, same thing, guys. We are pretty much in the same exact spot as yesterday. We are still holding our bigger value area low support along with our daily that was there. Now this daily's been tapped, but I'm leaving it on the chart until we kind of finish this back test here. But we are holding support and we are continuing to work our way up. If we look at this volume profile, we just extended a little bit more. You can see we're above the point of control, and we did reject from the value area high, but we're still holding the point of control and the value area low of the much bigger range. So if we start to lose this, now I do want to talk about this. Look at this low volume gap in the volume profile here. So if we start to lose this green box of support, there is really nothing holding us up to coming down to our next green box of support, being that naked weekly point of control, a weekly level, a golden pocket, and a point of control. The point of control is actually shifted now, so the point of control is much higher. But I would say this box still, even with the naked weekly point of control and the weekly, and then the value area low of our range, that right there is going to be our big support level where we could see some really nice opportunities for longs to come in here to bring it up to our bigger resistances above. You can see money flow overall looks pretty good on the hourly. We were seeing that bull div on the hourly chart coming into our support level. And I think these all these coins are looking primed for a breakout. I have to say that. Now, I am not saying that we are not going to see that small pullback first. I do think it's possible to see the small pullback first, but I'm talking about a small pullback before a much larger breakout to the upside. So right now, coins are looking strong. That's about it, guys. I mean, quick, short update today. Nothing much happened on the charts. Kind of a slow day. I expect tomorrow to be a slow day, and I also expect the Saturday to be a slow day with it being Easter weekend. Hope you have a good one. If you got anything out of this video, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel and share the video with any of your friends that you think would find this useful. Also, I do have partners, links in the description. MEXC is an official partner of the channel. If you sign up under them, it is an affiliate link, so I do get a small kickback, but you guys also get discounts on your trading fees, and you can earn cash back depending on how much you deposit and how much you trade. Have a good day, guys. I will see you maybe tomorrow, maybe not.